Hey, good morning, and welcome to Podcasts from the Pit. I'm Casey.
I'm Eric, and with us today is the amazing, the most talented, the spectacular Alpha One Creative.
Thanks for having me on here, guys. I appreciate it.
Thanks for coming on.
Yeah,
Uh,
thanks for being here.
I should have talked to you on Saturday.
Well, yeah, like I said, I was planning on it, and I saw you. Was going to go over and introduce myself. Son pulled me away. Then like I said, I turned around and you were busy. So
Yeah. It's always nice to have another person who goes to those Kentucky shows.
Well, that stung.
And I'm not talking about you, Hillbilly.
I am. He wasn't there. He should have been.
I know it. I was concerned about the weather or the road conditions. I went to get 3 or 6 o'clock that morning. Whenever we had been traveling, I heard come across the scanner here that a car went through a set of gas pumps at a gas station the direction we was going because of slick roads.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, I was glad I didn't go, but I was like, I'm letting Casey down because I'm slacking.
You ain't letting me down. I could go there by myself, and there's still, I know a bunch of people. It's fun.
Casey, do you do the whole weekend or you just go for one day?
Normally, I do the whole weekend, but I can only afford to do the Saturday trip this time.
Gotcha. Well, I've never done the whole weekend, and I really want to do it. I just can't find the time.
Yeah.
So my regular Monday through Friday job, I don't get off till 5. So
right.
Yeah.
But how far away are you from there?
About an hour, literally.
Yeah. Yeah, me too.
Yeah, right down 65. So
yeah, that's cool. Yeah, it's totally worth it if you can do it. I used to stay in the hotel right next to it, but after listening or watching Anything Joe's this week, I will not stay there again. If anybody's not checked that out, check it out.
Yeah, I listened
I'll
to
stay
that.
at the one that we stayed at last time. I don't remember the name of it.
Oh, I must have missed something. What happened?
Oh, just they had horrible experience there.
Okay.
Yeah.
It wouldn't like nothing life threatening, but when you pay for a hotel room, there's certain things you would want, like towels and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I guess there's 4 of them, and they had 3 towels or 2 towels, and they wouldn't give them no more towels. And they told them there only 3 was allowed in the room. And
yeah, it's a good show. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna say hi to the chat real quick. Is that cool?
Yeah.
All right, we have Ronnie Trickshot. What's up, buddy?
Yeehaw! It's Ronnie Trickshot.
Wreckship 85. Got
Ahoy.
to talk to him on Saturday. Always fun. Joe Hunter 73. How's life in
Australia?
Texas, Australia. Beta Ray Bob, what's
Morning,
up?
Bob.
But 1212, I'll be showing up that custom here pretty soon.
Me too.
Thank you so much. And Ronnie says, love me some Motu cast from the Beard Pit.
Yeehaw.
Lilith, how are you today?
Good morning.
And Larry, how's it going, buddy?
Howdy, Larry. Larry Bear.
Always got a good chat. So
Yeah.
you live about an hour away from it. I live like an hour away from it. I go to Louisville every week almost because that's where my daughter and granddaughter are.
Okay.
So I go see them on Sundays.
I live.
So last week I had to make the trip twice, Saturday and Sunday.
So if you're an hour from Louisville, like, are you up in Indy?
Yeah, I'm in Indiana. Yeah.
Okay. Are Indianapolis, Indiana, or
Columbus.
Okay. Well, hell, dude, you're not far from me then.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm only actually from Columbus is probably about an hour. So
nice. Yeah. What I like about Indiana, I mean, we got some pretty good toy stores.
Yeah.
all in driving distance. Lost and Found Toys in Seymour.
Oh, I love that place, man.
Yeah, those guys are awesome. The Toy Pit, the Toy Drop, and Faraday Toys, all in Greenwood.
See, I've never been to any of those.
Yeah, they're all really nice.
I always go south. I always go like the Louisville, Clarksville area. So I never thought about
Louisville Toy Mall. Love that.
Oh, dude, I stop there every Kentuckiana show.
Yeah.
I'm jealous. Larry and I talked about we want to go to that so bad.
You know, true story about that place. That's where Podcast from the Pit started.
Really?
That's cool.
Me and Matt, the guy, he's our third, and we were there shopping. He was looking for like some vintage toy tractors, and I was looking for Walking Dead figures. And we come across a bunch of like O-Ring Joes from when we was kids. And we started talking about them, and it was almost like you buy one, I'll buy one, and that it just snowballed from there. And we started listening to G.I. Joe Berg, What's on Joe Mind, a couple other G.I. Joe podcasts. The Foul Card podcast, it's not around anymore, but it was really good. And we were like, you know what? That sounds like fun. And my wife was listening to us talk, and I was bashing the Target exclusive Roadblock, the Cobra Island. I thought it looked like crap.
Oh, it was horrible.
Yeah. And it was Matt's favorite. And she's like, you guys should do a show. So we're like, all right. Not an exciting story, but that's where it started at.
That's awesome.
And then they met a straggler at PowerCon a couple years ago.
Apparently the last PowerCon.
Yeah. Unless you want to go to Joe Lana. Is that where they're at now?
No. Joe Fest is, going that far for one show is good enough. I'm not going twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
a pretty hefty haul.
I really do miss the Foul Card podcast.
Yeah. What bothers me about them is they're from my area. They're from West Virginia. Right. And that would have been a good hookup just to met up with them. And
I have been trying to reach out to them to get them on the show.
Okay.
I think it would be fun. If anybody knows how to get a hold of them, let me know. Everything I've tried, it's not worked.
I'll see what I can dig up.
Because that show was really good. I wish they were still
doing it. Yeah, I enjoyed it.
That must have been before I jumped in because I don't recall that.
Yeah, it was really good. I mean, basically, it was two brothers who were talking about collecting again and how they were collecting. That's basically Podcast from the Pit start. That's what we were doing.
Okay.
And it's just a great show. I mean, they were talking about how they take road trips. They take their kids with them and all that.
Go to the great town of
good
Pittsburgh.
Show. Yeah, that was a good one. They went to 80s Toys in Princeton, West Virginia. Yeah. They did an interview there. Yeah.
I've been to that show or shop, and it's not a bad shop. It's just
good morning, Gaz.
Good morning, Gaz. It's just, I don't know. He's proud of his stuff, which, I mean, we all should be proud of our stuff.
Yeah, we've got one here in my town it's a great place to go, but he's pretty proud of it too.
Yeah.
Every now and then every month or so I'll pick something up just to support him. But
well, for me it's almost a 2-hour drive to get there. And so
me and Matt's always talked about taking a road trip there one time.
Well,
so if we do that, you have to meet us.
If you do that, you'll have to come to my house and then I'll take you. Because
is it on the way?
Huh?
Is it on the way? Because I think when I Google Maps it, there's both 5 hours or something like that.
Well, only thing I know is y'all can't handle curvy roads.
Well, we like our road straight in Indiana, so.
You don't know what you're missing.
I'm pretty curvy where I'm at.
Oh, yeah?
I also got a lot of hills. So
Yeah, we got.
Hillbilly doesn't think there's hills in Indiana.
I've
we
never.
just the river, bro. We got a downtown and a hilltop here. So
Wow. The only places in Indiana I've ever been was like an hour north of Fort Wayne, and where Casey lives there in Columbus. And Fort Wayne, you can watch your dog run away for 3 days. It's so
Yeah.
flat.
yeah, once you get up towards Columbus that direction, it's pretty flat. I mean, it's
It's the way we like it. We like to be able to see.
Yeah.
But let's start with a little show and tell. Hillbilly, I'll let you go first.
Well, what I picked up my very first Super 7 figure. And it wasn't a G.I. Joe. Something just happened in the living room. I think the dog bounced off the wall or something. And it's this little Super 7 Shogun Warriors Godzilla. And what I like about it, I love Shogun Warriors as a kid. And he has the flame shooting action. Yeah, I've been to Oklahoma. Didn't leave nothing there.
Yeah.
You'd watch your dog run away for 6 days. I bet Australia is flat, Ronnie. And then I got a mail call the other day, and it had an Alpha 1 Creation figure in it.
Yeah.
Love this figure. I'm trying to figure out what to do with him, if he's going to be Cobra or Joe.
Cobra, he's cool.
Yeah. I absolutely love how you did the head on that. It's a Marauder's head that he did an amazing job on. He did this. I did a short video on it the other day, and yeah, and then I flipped him upside down and seen magnets in his feet.
Yeah, right.
I'm like, oh, so many different options now.
Hey, do you want to hold it up again, and I'll full screen you so people can see it?
Yeah. Yeah, this is just amazing.
Yeah, that's very cool.
Yeah, I love it. I was getting ready to flip it around so you see the back of the file card, but there's nothing there.
No, there's not.
I like those cards. And then the other thing in that package was a little hill.
Lil said make it an October Guard.
I'm thinking leader of the Bats, the Bat Commander.
It's kind of what I was thinking too when I made him. I was like, man, he'd be a great bat leader.
And I'm thinking about naming it A1C.
Nice. So I before you go any further, you were saying on your video that you needed to get some accessories for it.
Uh-huh.
I've got them.
Okay.
I've got different hands and backpack and stuff for it. I just forgot to send it.
It's okay. It just we'll talk later and we'll figure something out. And also a little hillbilly head.
The bibs is what kills me.
I need to get me a pair of bibs now.
I thought you had a pair of bibs.
I do, but they're covered in ink. Where I worked in a print or a newspaper office, and then I got a package from Foot 1212, and this guy was in it.
Hey, so Larry said the little hillbilly needs a pull string so he could say yeehaw and take my money.
I'll tell you what, if you want to buy them, I'll record it, or I'll just come to your house and you can just poke me in the belly and I'll go yeehaw. But Foot sent me a Tiger Force Sergeant Slaughter. This guy,
that figure's so wicked.
Yeah, I can't. I opened the back package up, and the first thing I smelled was coffee. I was like, oh.
I got a question for you, Danny.
Yeah.
It says Rex Ship wants to know. I'm guessing you might get into this later on the podcast, but do you just use some existing parts for your customs, or do you make custom parts that you put together for your figures?
So I would love to say that I make custom parts, but all of my stuff is either vintage parts, Black Major parts, or 3D printed stuff from guys like Lone Wolf, Level 7. I snagged a couple off of Facebook, I think, from Hammerhead Customs. So but I do take everything apart. So I do, put new rivets in and things like that.
I need to get a rivet machine.
That's the best way to do it.
Is it?
Yeah, I struggled so hard with the elbows too. So elbows and shoulders are so much easier when you can just drill the rivets out.
Yep.
So
Is it touch and go putting the rivets back in?
No, it's I've got one here. Hold on, I'll grab it.
Hey, Ronnie. Ronnie, I'm drinking a Monster.
Little bad boy right here, man.
I'd be afraid of crushing the actual elbow.
Nah, he's got, you can't go full force on it.
Okay, well,
you gotta have a little finesse.
Well, counts me out. Whenever they said giving out finesse, I thought, I don't need no shampoo. Obviously, I'm bald-headed. But I've been accused of not knowing when things are tight and breaking things.
Okay.
So,
well, I mean, you could 100% shatter some plastic with that thing. Yeah, so it's
yeah. Just gotta go easy.
Live and learn.
Yeah.
Don't try one you really like first.
Yeah.
Well, now, I've got a tub of broken arms. So, I mean, that's, it's what happens.
Yeah.
Especially, like 40-year-old plastic.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you got to be careful with that 40-year-old plastic, for sure.
Yeah.
Nothing sadder. I broke the heel off of my Serpentor. He fell down when I was moving him. So now I'm like... And the 3-pack Vietnam set of Tommy, Snake Eyes, and Matt bought those loose, and he accidentally broke the heel of Snake Eyes, putting it on a peg. So he gave it to me. I'm like, okay, I'll take it. Because he bought them all packaged after that. So I was like, sure.
Now there's a way to fix that if you still have that back piece of the heel.
I do. It didn't. No, I never found it.
Oh man.
Man, that particular time frame with that green plastic, atrocious.
Green and the gold too.
Oh yeah,
brown.
I bought a Alvin Kirby, or I believe it was one of those particular ones off Macari, and his arm was stuck. And I threw some little oil in there just to kind of grease it up, and when I went to turn it, snapped right off. I was like, son of a god.
Yeah.
And those chests on those, they crack right up in here all the time. So
Thunder has brown plastic syndrome.
Yeah.
So.
Well, there's green plastic syndrome, gold plastic syndrome, brown plastic. What's the good plastic?
It should just be called old plastic syndrome.
Or cheap plastic syndrome.
Yeah.
My dog agrees.
Yeah. I like to get that, but my gosh, it's high now. Last time I seen it was $80. I was like, I'd
buy it for $80. I've never seen it for $80.
That's what I'm saying, man. You find it for $80, snatch it up.
Well, that's been several years ago. That was several years ago. I just bought a Snake Eyes version 2 for $20.
Oh,
stop!
What?
I gave over $100 for mine.
Yeah, that's a pretty high figure too.
Well, to be honest, I only had $25 in it, and
then how'd you get 20?
Huh? Well, I misspoke, but I sold a Build-A-Figure of Apache Chief to a guy at Heroes Con, and he gave me $60, So I went over to this booth and they had the snake eyes. I was like, how much? And they told me 80. I was like, oh yeah, I'm taking this. So I threw him the 60 that the guy just gave me, whipped out another 20, threw it at him, walked home.
You know what? That is definitely some hillbilly math.
Yes.
100%.
Well, in the 5 is where I paid $5 for the Apache Chief figure at a flea market in West Virginia.
There you go. I got $25 in this bad boy. That's it.
Yeah,
Yep.
and he is complete, even had a foul card.
Timber good?
Yep, sword's good, everything's good. And I was like, first time I'd ever owned a version 2 Snake Eyes. And I was like, oh my gosh.
I had him as a kid. I think I gave like 110 for him at a toy department. I believe I found him at the toy department years ago.
I picked my first V2 up at a yard sale with
Nice.
a box full of Joes. Because, back, was that like 80, 89 maybe?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Joes were everywhere in yard sales, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You don't see them now because they're all in Facebook marketplaces for big money.
Yeah. I lost all but one Joe like that. And I still have him 82/83 Snake Eyes. He is loose.
Yeah, I've still got my OG
V3's the best.
Swivel.
The V3's the brass knuckle knives,
V3.
right?
Yeah, the butterfly knives on his chest. I like that.
It's not as cool as 4, but it's pretty cool.
Dude, my version 4 is my Snake Eyes. I love that figure so much.
I like it. Yeah.
The Snake Eyes I have, from the waist down, he's version 1, and the waist up, he's version 1.5. I had the version 1, my brother broke his arm. I got version 1.5, my brother broke his leg. So my brother took the 2 apart, made one, and I still have him to this day.
And you didn't let your brother touch him again, right?
Yeah.
Nope.
Smart.
Even though he's bigger than me and older.
Did you get anything else?
That is it. That is it.
All right. We'll see what Gat says here. I remember buying a Palatoy Stalker for $30 because of V1 Snake Eyes was well over 100. Yeah, that was a smart move.
Yeah.
Smart.
I would love to get my hands on a Palatoy Stalker.
Dude, I'm just like all in on Palatoy, and it's hard to find them around here, but I think I might have a hookup coming from the guy at the Dr. Who store, so we shall see.
Just remember your hillbilly brother.
Hey, G.I. Jokers, good morning.
Morning, Jokers.
All right, so we're going to see what I got this week.
Okay.
What did I get? Oh, I got in my Serpentor and Eric's favorite Duke 2x7 Reaction Plus figures.
I can practice on my Duke how to put the rivets in his arms.
There you go, man. That one's going to break. That'll break.
My last pre-orders came in that I have ordered. I had to stop pre-ordering. This wasn't a pre-order. I just added it to it. Another Horde Trooper. This is Origins. But I got the Cartoon Collection Hordak.
Nice.
Cartoon Collection Many Faces.
That's cool.
I got these in Saturday, and I don't like to open them before I show them off, so it's been hard not to open these. Cartoon Collection Triclops.
Nice.
And finally, got the Horde Trooper Prime.
Ooh.
Ooh,
I've had this ordered off of Walmart for a long time, but it showed up on Big Bad, so I just got there. And for Winterfest, not the figures, but I got these cases from Encase Collectibles. I wanted to put one of my Delta 17 figures in some acrylic. I think it looks good. And I wanted to get one for my carded Mouton that I picked up at the Great
nice.
Ohio Toy Show. Looks really good in there. I blame Anything Joe's for this next purchase because I don't buy classified, but they talk so highly about the Scarlet that I thought, you know what? I'll get this one. I got her. And the only thing I had on my list for Winterfest was a vintage He-Man. So I got, I've been looking at them on eBay and they're wanting like 70 and 80 bucks for a complete one. So I got him without the sword for $12 and I ordered the sword from eBay for like 14. So 26 for a complete instead of 70. Just had to do a little work.
Yeah. Sometimes working for it is worth it.
I got two things that I want to I'm gonna show off real close, real quick. At Winterfest, I was gifted this custom Jeep, Cobra Jeep, from Silverback Customs. Thank you very much. It's a funny story. He had some stuff that he special made for Greg and Jaron from Anything Joe's, but I was talking to him and he was like, "Oh, you do the pit?" I'm like, "Yeah." So he had a custom in the car and he brought it in and it was really nice.
That's cool.
And yeah, super nice guy. And I got this in the mail 2 days ago. Did not know it was coming, but I got from Foot a Sunbow Airborne. It's so cool. Love this. Had no idea it was coming, and it's just amazing. And it's gonna, after I get the Night Force Airborne from Hillbilly, it's probably gonna push me down a rabbit hole of custom Airbornes because Airborne is my favorite.
That Airborne is probably the one I did, not bragging, but it is probably my favorite figure that I've done.
Yeah, it's really good. I can't wait to get them.
So, anything else?
I believe that might be it for me. Yeah, that's enough. That's all I got. You put your stuff up, but do you have anything you want to talk about from Winterfest?
So, well, while you went full screen, I grabbed the two that I picked up at Indiana. I've been searching for these for a while. They were decently priced. They weren't like, it wasn't like a deal or anything, but they were where I could, I thought I could afford them. But it was the convention Starduster and Grand Slam. Let me get both of them up here. Of course, they're complete. So,
yeah, they look good.
Yeah, these are fantastic.
Yeah,
I love these so much, and this is Downtown Sculpt, which I think is a totally underused sculpt. It's amazing.
Yeah,
but I picked those two up. Actually, I picked up a lot, but those are the only two I could reach quickly. And they come, they got the jetpack effect.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And then in this little, here, I got one more. I picked up this fella. Boomerang.
Yeah.
And his bow, which I was missing. So,
that's cool.
Yeah. I realized that after I got started in all this that I have an affinity for the 90s and 2000s Joes.
So does Ronnie.
Yeah.
It's like bright colors just catch my eye. That's what it boils down to. I like fatigues. I like the green. I think it's realistic. I think it's awesome. But when it boils down to me, a toy needs to be bright and loud.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the reasons I like Motu so much is, I mean, I brought my granddaughter down to my toy room last weekend or the weekend. No, it was last weekend. And her eyes just lit up when she saw the Motu section because of all the colors. Yeah, and she's only 10 months, so I can't wait till she's old enough to play toys with me.
Well, I don't know if you guys watch like Major Figures podcast or anything, but they use the word toyetic.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So that's kind of, the 90s Joes are way more toyetic than most of them.
See, and like with me, I like the darker colors. I like the more fatigue or camo look to them.
Right.
But
and I think a lot of it has to do with time frame too.
Yeah.
The guys of the age when the 80s ones came, the early 80s, they're more into the realistic OG style. I was born in 82, so I played with the OG ones, but the majority of the ones I pulled off the shelf were
right.
Like my favorite Cobra is a bright orange and blue fella.
Yeah.
So,
I hated that figure until I got it. I got one, and really? I'm like, you know what? This is way cooler than I thought it was.
Yeah, it is,
and
man.
Now I got a few of them now.
Yeah, even with a shield. You saw a shield with a figure, I'm in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a shield and a sword. I was like, okay, we'll do it.
Yeah.
But I'm generally not for bright colors, but whenever Foot sent this guy to me, I was like, oh my gosh. He just pops.
Man, I looked at that figure forever when he posted it for sale. I was like, man, I think I want that. And I
couldn't believe it didn't sell.
I know, I mean,
and just like the one you sent me, I couldn't believe it didn't sell.
Nah, it's a niche thing. Sometimes they sell, sometimes they don't.
Yeah. But
only reason I sell it is to fund my habit.
Yeah. I was going to try to, and then I got to where I was like, you know what? The ones that some of the ones I've done, I was like, I just soon give them to my friends. And that was just me. I mean,
no, I see that too. I mean, there's a couple that I'm going to send off, a couple I have sent off. So,
yeah, I mean, it's just me. I mean, I wasn't producing enough to actually sell. So sorry, I got a furry visitor here.
Oh, that's cool.
And she likes to make an appearance a couple times on each podcast. But I lost track of them. Oh, I just didn't produce enough. My memory sucks. I just wasn't producing enough fast enough to actual sell. And I was like, nah, this is just going to be a me thing.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, Lilith, a long time ago, I thought, man, Tiger Force looks so stupid. But when you get a few of them, put them together, they really do pop on the shelf. They really do.
They really do. And it's weird because it's like when you get it, like Flint's probably the best one, in my opinion. But you put them all together and it's like, man, this looks like a badass sub team.
Yeah. Now, actually, my number one figure that I want that I don't have is a Tiger Force figure. And it's Hit and Run. I'll never have it. It's so expensive.
Oh, the regular face one with the blue.
Yeah.
I don't know what to call them. But yeah, I know. Yeah,
blue and orange. Yeah.
Talk about a holy grail.
Yeah.
Well, that and the Tiger Force Outback.
Yeah, that's crazy though, man. That's crazy though what those bring.
Yeah, but the actual, I can't believe I'm going to say this, the Tiger Force Duke, it don't look bad. It's not as good as Flint, but he don't look
Duke's
bad.
Your favorite?
No, he ain't.
My only problem with the Tiger Force Duke is the hair. I know why they did stuff like that, but I'm always in the back of my mind like, come on, guys. Duke's not a brunette.
Right.
Yeah.
Hawk's not a brunette. What are we doing here?
Yeah.
I'll tell you the biggest one for me is have you got the big brawler, low light? It's like same head guy. Come on, it's not. It's the same
guy. Yeah, the low light that was a little too far. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know he's blonde.
Ronnie said that there's Tiger Force Outbacks behind every rock in Australia.
So we've rambled for 36 minutes, which is always fun. I could ramble for 36 more.
Heck yeah, man.
We've got a video that I've never done this before, so everybody be patient with me. I'm going to play and pause so Danny can talk about figures. Or I can just play it straight through. How do you want to do it?
However you want to do it, man. It's your rodeo. I'm just a clown.
Let's try the pause. Let's see if I can pull it off.
All right.
Oops. Already missed one.
Is that the first one?
No, it's the second one.
All right. Okay. So that was interesting. So when I first jumped on Instagram and was doing customs, there was a guy on there named Monsoon Serpent. I haven't heard from him in a while, but that's basically him. He was doing custom castings of this particular head and body. I think he used a different leg set, but I was like, man, I really like the way that looks. So I whipped up my own. Gridiron chest. I believe that's leather neck arms, but it's the leather neck that looks like Duke. I don't know what version that is, but and of course it's got a shield.
Yeah. And a gun.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, it looks good.
Well, it's bright purple. I really enjoyed that part of it.
Yeah.
Well, I love the gray with the purple. I think those two colors really good together. Yeah. All right. Let me try to get to the next one without passing it
up. That is basically the same thing you just saw, but in a red dog form. It's the gridiron torso, gridiron legs, but on this one, I believe I shaved down his arms. You guys remember Red Dog had the gold on his arms?
Yeah.
I shaved all that off. Those are his actual arms. I just basically sanded because I thought it looked kind of weird with that figure.
Yeah.
And then of course I added the Marauders goggles. Now I can tell you that red is the toughest red I have ever painted.
Really?
Yes. That was before I switched over to Vallejo.
Uh-huh.
I cannot remember what that was I used, but man, that there's literally 60 coats of red on that.
So do you
Looks
airbrush?
So at this time I did not airbrush, but I do now.
Okay.
It's sporadic though. What I've started doing with most of them now is just laying a base coat with spray and the details by hand. It tends to work out better.
So Lilith wants to know if these figures have names.
Well, some of them do and some of them don't. I'm weird like that. So I made a figure of Red Dog that had the Lifeline torso, and I called him Med Dog because I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah.
Monsoon Serpent. I just named him Monsoon Serpent. So I don't know. It's just random. Some of them have names, some of them don't. It just depends on what hits me when I'm making them. This guy, I believe, went to, Cody, Corpse Commander Cody got this one.
Huh.
Oh, yeah.
He does some good stuff.
He does.
Yeah. We should have a episode where we have him on, you on, Foot on.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm missing something else.
Real brain trust right there.
Tony's
Figs.
I think it'd be fun. Yeah.
Campbell.
Just a lot of great. Oh, Campbell. That's what I was forgetting. Campbell. Because I was just thinking of the 3 3/4.
Yeah. Campbell's like the MacGyver of customizers.
Is that the guy that's doing the classifieds? Is that what you guys told me?
Tony's Figs does classifieds.
Campbell
is Kiwi Customs.
Oh, yeah. I watch him on is he the one that does the YouTube channel, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And
He also has a podcast, YouTube show with his brother called the Barrett's
Favorite Bird.
Podcast, which is
Yeah.
really good.
Okay.
Ronnie, I'm gonna pass on episode of the corpse
Yeah.
unless you want to come on and do it. You
Yeah.
can teach us about the corpse.
Now I gotta say, the new little hillbilly part of him is from the corpse, the
Yeah.
core line.
Yeah, the one where they're all like construction workers or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was a welder, and now he's me.
It's always fun to make yourself as a figure. It really is.
Yeah.
Ah, it's my RoboCop.
That is great.
Dude, that's one of my favorites. Like, I saw RoboCops all the time as customs there for a while. And I'm like, man, I'll probably do a pretty decent one. But I wanted it to be more like everybody takes sci-fi and makes them RoboCop.
Yeah.
Or, I looked at the legs. I'm like, man, RoboCop didn't really have boots. It was just silver. So
Right.
I pieced some stuff together, and I got that. I don't even remember where that head came from. I got a lot of stuff one time. I think Foot might have sent me that in something, but I had it for a while. And I was like, well, let's just whip this guy up. So, and I think one of my guys on Instagram is going to recreate it. I think he's trying to make his own. So,
Nice.
but those are overkill legs.
Really?
Yeah, overkill
Those are
legs.
cool.
And Mega Marine's clutch arms, which I thought worked out pretty well.
Yeah. Looks great.
And that was the first figure I used dry brush strong tone on to make it look like it was like dirty.
Yeah.
So it's not shiny, but it's not quite the right kind of dirty looking.
I've never figured out
I think it
dry
looks good.
brushing.
It's tough. Well, for me it is. I always like the smooth look or try to get the smooth look.
I like having them look dirty, but I can never figure out how to dry brush. So
Dry brush is probably my strongest customizing weapon I have. Regular painting suck.
I want to send you some
Dry
figures.
brushing's good.
Yeah, you can just dry brush a regular figure and make it look wicked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You put the darkness and all the details and all, the crevices where the muscles are. It makes a figure look 40 times better.
Yeah. That's so cool.
Here's
I
one
love
that
that.
doesn't have a name. He should have a name, but he doesn't. That guy went through, if I'm not mistaken, 4 different iterations before I settled on that.
I love that.
I kept changing the head. I couldn't find a head I liked. And then
To me, I think he'd be a dreadnought.
well, he's got that whole Triple H beard thing going on.
Yeah.
So, but and that's another one I had trouble with. That tan on that torso. I was using a spray paint, and it would never dry. It was the weirdest stuff. So I basically had to bake that to get it dry to paint it. So
I've had some.
Oh, sorry.
I've had some that didn't want to dry, and it's aggravating.
It is because you can't do it. You go to pick it up, and your fingerprints in it all of a sudden.
Yep.
It's like
Or the paint comes off of it.
yeah. But that's that's a Wild Bill head with a Marauder's hat. That was good too.
Oh,
That one now resides in England.
Oh yeah.
really?
Yeah. Viper Space. I don't know if you guys follow him on
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he got that one. I call him Old Dirty Bastard.
I love that.
Man, that scrap iron torso is so versatile. So versatile. And it looks good. I made him just for fun and just, in the red beret, Viper Space is like, bro, I need that. I was like, he's coming to you then.
Yep.
I tried the dirty thing on him too, and it didn't work. That was another one. I got it down now, but these are some early ones. So that's actually the companion to Sharper.
Yeah.
I made those two together.
I love the steampunk look.
Well, in my mind, when I got those two heads, I'm and you're gonna have to forget. If I did not get them from him, I'm sorry, but I think I scored those from Craniac Studios. I
Okay.
think. But I saw the bowlers, and I'm like, yeah. I saw the bowlers, and I'm like, I'm gonna do a Bonnie and Clyde setup.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. So when I did Sharper first, and then I was trying to figure out what we did here, and I basically went with a Mercer looks. What I did, I don't know if you can.
Yeah.
Viper, yeah. So, yeah, he's a good one.
I like that.
Some of these I forgot about until I started doing the video. Dr. Watson, yeah, that's a good call.
I like that steampunk look with the bowler hats. Yeah, you can't beat that with a stick.
That's my original 13 roadblock.
Nice.
I gave him the OG look.
I like that.
Yeah, me too.
I thought that that was actually going to went to California. Oh, thanks, Foot. Guy, I did some trading, and he said, "Hey, make me a custom." I was like, "What do you want?" He goes, "I would like an original OG 13 roadblock." I was like, "Done deal."
Yeah.
I wanted to do it anyway.
Yeah.
And the best part about it is those are skid marks legs, so he's not completely useless.
Did you hear that, Larry?
Did you hear that, Ronnie? We got skid mark into the building,
There
into
it
the
is.
show.
You are welcome.
Larry would like to have a brown skid mark at some point.
Okay, so this guy, to me, this is my peak right here.
Yeah.
I created this guy because I, for some reason, love Kamakura. The story behind him, the whole Sean Collins. I think he's Throwdown now.
Yeah.
Because
Snake
this
Eyes
was
3 now.
Yeah, wasn't this Kamakura was like IDW or something, or Devil's Due, right?
Yeah.
So the concept, when I started learning about him, I was like, man, this whole concept's awesome. And they had figures for him, but they're the modern looking ones, and I can't stand those. I told you guys earlier, I'm a 100% vintage O-ring snob. So I found parts that I thought would make a good one, and this is what we got. So I don't know. Can you tell what they are? You guys, can you tell what parts they are?
No. It fits. So
I know. So the legs or the feet are Metalhead version 1.
Okay.
Storm Shadow version 2 thighs. The
Okay.
torso is a Rimco karate guy.
Okay.
The waist is a Leonard ninja guy. And the arms are actually version 4 Snake Eyes
Wow.
that I had custom cast in that skin tone. So I wouldn't have to paint the shoulders. That's basically what that is. I was like, man, I don't want to.
Yeah.
And then the head's 3D printed from Lone Wolf.
Nice.
So
That looks great.
It does. Yeah.
That
For
is
sure.
probably one of my absolute favorites I've done. So
Well, I haven't seen one I haven't liked yet. So
Yeah.
Dynamite.
That's cool.
This one has a name.
Black Dynamite.
Yeah. That's that downtown mold I told you is completely underutilized. That's a great base for any figure.
And it looks great.
Well, so this one is almost cheating because I dyed this one.
Oh.
I used Rit dye for everything and then hand touched up all the details because I was trying it out. It worked out pretty well, except you have to let the dye dry for like a week.
Yeah.
If you go to paint on that dye and then clear coat it, put some sort of clear on there, the paint washes off. Yeah, it was I think the head came from Craniac in that same batch I got with the bowlers.
Nah, he looks really cool.
He does. I wish I had hair like that.
Well, I love making new characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that, to me, when I was a kid and I started doing or playing with G.I. Joes, when I learned they came apart it was game over.
Yeah,
I
it was a game changer.
I was my own guys left and right. And back then I had, cheap acrylic paint and whiteout. So I was tempted to customize, but it was nothing. So, I love making new characters. That's probably one of my favorite things to do. Like this guy.
Yeah.
That's a Homelander head.
Really?
Yep.
I was going to
go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was thinking it's a version of Cross Country. I thought it was a Cross Country head.
That is a Homelander head I picked up somewhere.
That's cool.
I love the red of Lifeline's figure, but I don't like the white with it. So I took his legs and then a red black Major Alley Viper. Boom. Did some detail work, and he turned out really. Actually, I think Cody got that one too, if I'm not mistaken.
I can see why.
Yeah, it's a very cool one. I enjoyed making that one. Oh man, this guy.
I like it.
What were they thinking when they made that sculpt? Does anybody know?
No.
Let's make a G.I. Joe in 3/4 length sweatpants.
Yeah. And tennis shoes.
Tennis shoes. Yeah.
Yeah. But
it's okay because he's a SEAL.
Yeah, he's a tough guy in sweatpants.
Yeah.
That I made that. Actually, I painted the torso the same time I did that Monsoon Serpent.
Uh-huh.
I was like, man, I want to make this purple, and then the pieces just came together.
Yeah.
I wasn't originally going to do a purple and black Action Man or Tracker, but
yeah. Well, definitely looks better than
yeah.
Definitely has a way better 90s vibe to me, but
yeah.
Billy.
I love that.
So I'm also obsessed with ninjas.
Uh-huh.
I think that comes from the time frame as well.
Yeah.
But Kamakura and Billy were two of my absolute faves. So I that's actually a version 2 Snake Eyes. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know if you heard that. Version 2 Snake Eyes, Flint arms. I scored that head from level 7, and those are Adam Ant legs. He casted those. Yeah.
Yeah. He does a good job.
Man, his casting's amazing.
Yeah.
Like he's got pressure pot. I'm sure I don't know, but I'm sure he's got pressure pots and the whole works.
Yeah.
Stuff turns out really awesome. I don't have that figure anymore, and I don't remember where I sent him.
I don't know where that one went.
I know where this one landed, and I love it.
Do you guys like the darker skin tone, or do you like the lighter skin tone?
I like the darker.
Yeah, I like the darker.
I do too. It's tough. It's Army Painters is what I use.
Uh-huh.
I like them to look more tan for some reason. I don't know why.
My wife was so excited to have her own action figure.
I bet she was.
That she never gets to play with.
That was my version of the SWAT team.
Yeah. I love that.
It all starts out with one piece. It really does. Like I took that Alley Viper chest there on Beachhead. And I was like, man, I'm going to do something with this. And then that's what I ended up with. So I think those turned out amazing. Now I've made several of those Shockwaves.
Those are really good.
Yeah, for different people, I've made a lot of those.
Wow. Okay. I did not know that.
Oh, you're talking about your Sarge legs?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're the same ones as that Billy. He made a bunch of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did not realize that.
Yeah, he's actually the one that casted those arms for my Kamakura was Adamant.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I like the one with the boonie cap on.
Yeah.
That's the one on the left. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to do something with Mainframe's legs. Because I was like, man, this is a good set, but this gray is just too plain.
Yeah.
So I think that's Spearhead's head. Oh yeah, there's another Billy. I have that one right here. Actually, that's on my table.
That's very cool. Yeah.
That is cool.
This is the second version I've made. That's the first one. I got rid of that one. The guy wanted it more than I did. But what I did with these, I don't know if you can see up here or not, but I did the magnet technique on these guys, which I stole from Foot. Where eventually I'm going to have a like a ninja head to go on here, so just quick swap.
Just quick, yeah. That's
Yeah,
cool.
that's cool.
Now I had a Storm Shadow that was that way, but like I said, occasionally people will want them more than I do. So
Yeah.
And something's got to fund this terrible hobby.
Oh yeah.
Right.
This one's got a name, fellas. This is Blackjack.
Nice.
I don't know why it's Blackjack, but I just like, you know what? It fits.
Seems to work. Yeah.
Yeah.
So obviously Bazooka head, right?
Right.
I bearded him up. That is a Taurus torso that I sculpted those stupid little or stupid pointy shoulder pads off of.
Yeah.
I was like, this is a great torso, but those pointy things are ridiculous.
So how did you do the beard?
Green stuff.
Okay.
I sculpt beards on heads all the time.
I've never.
So it's a 2-part epoxy sculpting clay.
Okay.
And I flatten it out, and then I'll super glue it onto the head, and then I have a tool that I use to get the texture.
Okay.
That one turned out real well. I actually enjoyed that one. Somebody on eBay bought that one.
That's a great figure, yeah. And Larry says, smash that like button. That'd be appreciated.
Yep.
Heck yeah, smash away.
Let's see.
And I got to give a shout out to G.I. Joe for Fun for all these backgrounds as well.
Yeah, he sent me one the other day. I forgot to mention that in the show and tell.
Well, that's a fuzzy.
Like that.
You know, that guy had a lot of iterations too.
Does this guy have a name?
He does not. I feel bad because he's a good-looking figure.
He is a good-looking figure.
Of course, you can't go wrong with that Marauder's mask, man.
No.
Those are fantastic.
It reminds me of Mercer.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's cooler than Mercer.
Hey,
Oh, shots have been fired.
hey now.
Well,
Just
I got to hear
because-
the One True Airborne again from him.
Just because the One True Airborne is a version 2, you don't have to be grumpy.
I was going to mention that earlier when he was talking about Airborne, but I did not. I'm glad I didn't.
Lil
Yeah.
says loves the Android arm. That is cool.
I like that Android arm.
I thought it added some character.
It does.
And I'm a big fan of that Sub-Zero lower half.
Yeah.
It's got like the zipper on it there where, you know, I don't know why. It just, to me, it looks like a full-on battle suit. So
Joker says way cooler than Mercer.
Joker's trying to start a fight.
Yorktown Joe says Mercer 1.5.
Yeah.
And Beta Ray Bob has got a name for him.
what we got?
It's Captain Freaking Awesome.
All right, I'm in. Every time I see red paint on a custom, I realize how tough it is to paint.
That is so cool.
And red's one of my favorite colors too.
Yeah, it is a tough one. Now this
Clear-
guy,
Clear
not-
is actually my favorite color.
clear.
Clear.
Oh, okay.
I like sitting on the porch and watching the wind blow by. I'm joking. Green's my favorite, but still. I digress. This is a cool figure.
This is actually version 2 of this guy. This is the second one I made. Like I said, I post them and people are like, "Hey, can you make me one of these?" I'm like, "Absolutely, I can." So this is Stalker lower on this one with the Shockwave upper. But man, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I'm a big fan of showing off their muscles.
Yeah. I like it.
I love that short T-shirt look that the Duke and the Rock and Roll and Roadblock,
Yeah.
3 and 4. I don't know, it just makes them look more military to me.
Yeah. Looks like compression shirts.
Yeah. And of course the Marauder, that's all gun runners accessories.
Yeah.
And Lil says loves your figures have disabilities with the arms and stuff.
Oh, right
so
on.
Yeah, that is cool. A little bit for everybody.
Yeah.
Well,
I know. See, when Operation Recall finally comes out, they have a figure who is missing a leg, and he's a ninja. So that's going to be pretty cool. Yeah, it's going to have like I don't know, robotic or whatever leg called. Shh.
Man, I am so excited for that, man. The Operation Recall, the call sign, longbow, all those guys. I need them. I need them now.
Yeah. Have you checked into Delta 17?
Got them.
Oh, so good.
Yeah.
I got the red. I forgot what they're called. Okami.
Yep.
Yeah.
I got that one. I got the gray one. I got the dude that looks like Firefly. I forgot his name.
Jaguar. He's one of my favorites.
And of course, I got Rooster because he's just a wicked looking figure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and I got Leonidas too. Sorry.
Yeah.
Because he's a bearded guy who likes to wear shorts.
Yeah.
And he come with a puppy dog. Speaking of puppy dogs.
So Lil says wants to see a figure in a wheelchair.
You strap like miniguns on the sides of it.
Yeah.
I'd have to source one though. I'd have to.
Right.
Man, I would do that. That'd be. I don't know who makes a 1/18 scale wheelchair.
I don't know.
I'm sure somebody does,
I
or
bet
can.
Or you have one printed up.
Yeah.
You have like miniguns on it and a rocket launcher coming up off the back of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's cool.
This one was a last ditch idea because I had a free fall torso or figure. And it's one of those deals where it's like you see a figure, you're like, man, there's so much potential, but it's so plain. And so I dyed it. So that's dye. That's dye with details. And I was like, I want to give him a weird looking goatee so he looks like a bad guy.
Yeah, it worked.
It did. That also went to Cody, I believe. That's a Duke head. Oh man, I love that guy.
I love how you do the blue.
Yeah.
Well, I bet you guys watch Mandalorian.
Yeah.
So the blue heavy gunner guy, I don't know, Vizsla, whatever. I don't know.
I think so. Vaz something.
Yeah, that's what that's based off of. Because there's another figure coming up. You'll see that, but I did 4 Mandalorians, and I was like, man, I want to do a heavy gunner. And as I was painting this one, I did the base in silver. And as I'm painting it, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to make him look more like a 90s. So that's when I started adding the green and all that. I was like, this is going to be wicked.
Yeah. So whenever you painted the silver, did you have like a black undercoat, base coat to it?
I use a gray primer on almost everything.
Okay. Because it looks like a marbling technique I do. I'll primer it, then put like a gloss black, and then I'll do the silver, and I'll wrap it in saran wrap, and then I peel it off and leave streaks to it. Then do a translucent blue on top of that.
Well, all of that I did with sandpaper.
Really?
Yeah.
Shut up and take my money.
Yeah, all of that's with sandpaper. I have a bunch of wet and dry, like 1,000 grit, 1,200 grit stuff.
That's amazing. I never thought of sandpaper. Hey, Zazel.
Good morning, Zazel.
Sorry, my dog showing his butt.
He looks great.
Yeah, I thought he turned out real well.
Ooh, very colorful.
So this one was sent. I got a message on Instagram from Kit Bash Joe. I don't know if you guys know Kit Bash Joe.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Hey, I want you to make me a custom. I'm doing a Boba Fett collection." And he goes, "I want you to use charbroil." And I'm like, I don't know if I can do that. So I whipped up, a couple ideas in my mind and laid them out. And I was like, okay, all right, maybe I can do that. And that's what I came up with. I did it all
really cool.
I did it all flat and I distressed it. I was like, dude, this is going to be great.
Yeah.
So I thought it turned out real well.
It looks good.
Yeah, he did very, very much.
And I went with the OG kind of colors on him.
Ooh.
And there's that guy. I stole that idea 100% from Matt LaCroix.
I love that.
He did some great Mando figures, man. And I'm like, I have to make one.
Yeah.
Oh, it was
like
pretty
it.
easy to do. There's only a couple colors.
Yeah.
But
Fantastic.
that cape was what really set it off. I mean, I had it sitting out here and I'm like, it needs something.
Yeah.
I jumped on.
Did you make the cape or did you get it from somewhere?
Cape Master on eBay or on Instagram and eBay. That's where that came from.
I've heard great things about Cape Master.
Yeah.
Like for the superpowers, I guess makes really good
Yeah.
superpowers capes. I haven't went down that rabbit hole. I will not buy superpowers, even though I had them as a kid and loved them.
I have a Superpowers Batwing in the box still that I bought at Walmart on clearance, and I'm like, if I find a Batman, I will get it, and then I'll open the Batwing up. But it's hard. My Walmart don't carry them, so.
And the thing that really, they're inexpensive figures,
Yeah,
and they look so good.
they do.
They are.
But they add up.
Yeah.
And I have enough rabbit holes. Is that Chuck Norris?
That is in fact Chuck Norris.
I like it.
Well, I had that head for a long time, and it wasn't the best. It was either cast. I don't think it was printed, but it was not the best head. And I was like, I'm going to make it into something. So I had just got done rewatching Invasion USA. So I'm like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to make it Invasion Chuck. The only problem I had with this is I didn't have 2 Uzis to put in his hands.
That would have been cool.
Yeah, that would have been the top icing on the cake for that one. But I thought it turned out. I was like, I need denim. I don't know if you guys noticed, but those are Dreadnought legs. But I had,
Yeah.
I was thinking.
Well, I cut the tattered part off of them at the boot. Like if you look at the OG figure on his legs, they're like staggered where the jeans look like they've been ripped.
Yeah.
I sanded all that down and made it just look like he put boots over his jeans.
Oh, that's
Nice.
cool.
So, and that was before I started doing the rivets. Like you can tell on that one, but
That is a sharp figure.
So cool.
So
West Virginia native.
Yeah. He's right here. Tell us a little bit about this one.
So this one, I started out making almost like a Universal Soldier. That was the idea behind it.
Mm-hmm.
And then you hit me up with the head.
Mm-hmm.
Like you sent me the marbleized blue head, and I'm like, this is going to be perfect for this figure. So I found the arms on face. I'm pretty sure they're Hammerhead custom arms and legs. So I think he 3D prints them. But I like the legs because they're the OG look, but they give a wider stance.
Yeah.
So I got it all painted up, got it ready to go, looked great, and then I dropped it. Right on the head. So I had to redo the head from when you did it.
Well, it looks good.
Yeah, I tried to duplicate what you had going on. So hopefully it's not good. I think
it looked good. It looks really good.
Well, and
Hey,
there's
here, Billy. Do you want to show off that custom Sarge again real quick? Zazel wants
Yeah.
to see it.
oh, absolutely, that's a good one.
There you go.
I'm gonna try to blow it up without messing up where we're at on the video.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
There you go. He did a great job on this. I mean, so much detail.
You know
Tiger
what?
Force Sarge.
With that color scheme on him, one head swap, you could have a Tiger Force Mercer.
Yeah. Yeah.
True.
I'm probably going to leave it the way he sent it.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I feel bad doing head swaps on ones I get too.
Yeah.
Oops.
You did it, Casey.
Told you I'm not good at this.
Hey, it's okay.
Yeah, we'll just do figures for now.
That was that's the second one I did the magnet feet on.
I like it. I
Yeah.
seen the magnet feet and I was like, oh man, this is going to be dangerous.
Well, next to my bench, I've got a metal shelf.
Uh-huh.
So if they start getting in my way, I just basically stick them to the shelf.
Hey, Danny. Gaz said he needs to see if you can make a custom Ace Hunter from Megaforce.
Okay. I'm in. I mean, I will literally try everything. I have a guy right now, a commission that I have to do 8, basically the Mayan Motorcycle Club.
Ooh.
So nice.
Yeah,
that would be cool. I want to see those.
Yeah.
I'm up for whatever. I'll try it.
That's cool.
Dude, I had that head just laying somewhere, and I'm like, he just looks like he might like purple.
Kind of looks like Zazel.
From
Zazel's Clubhouse.
Zazel right here.
Oh, right on. That was another situation where I had parts. I'm like, you can make these parts look so much better.
That looks
It's
great.
cool.
Well, do you guys
That
know
perfect pops.
legs? Those legs are Maverick legs.
Really?
Yeah. And I'm like, man, they're lame. So let's make them better.
Yeah. You did a good job.
That's a black major torso, the one with the vest.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So
Zazel said he'd never look that cool.
Man, that's Marauders accessories too. They do. It's so awesome that I can add that stuff to my customs. That's all the stuff they have. Some of it kind of is wonky because it's not made for the 3 3/4, but I can always seem to make it work.
Right.
That's
another Marauders mask. Looking like an army of 2 guys, what he looks like.
Yeah.
That's guys, it's another cheater one. It's another dye job.
Can't tell. It looks so good.
Yeah, countdown torso and law legs. I just dyed them up and detailed them up. I made that guy just for fun. It's one of those deals where it's like I had a few extra pieces I weren't going to use, and there you go. That one has 0 story behind it.
It looks good.
Yeah. See what's Ooh, there we go.
Yeah.
Like that.
So that's Storm Shadow. I know I told you guys like to do like new characters, but I also like to like make a character that like that. To me, that's Storm Shadow. I love the hood. I love the version 2 version, but I also love the OG body. So I made my own. Now the cool thing about showing the photos is that's the swappable head. That head's a magnet. So I made an OG Storm Shadow head for it as well.
Cool.
That's cool.
So you could go back and forth. And I
like
swapped
the hood up. Yeah.
I thought it looked really good. And I swapped the legs. The thighs are actually Remco thighs.
Really?
Because I thought it gave him like a bigger base. Like I always thought Storm Shadow's legs on version 1 looked like he skipped leg day.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, let's just make it look like he's tough. There you go. That was my take on that.
That looks great.
Commando Snake Eyes. All right, so you guys are probably going to blister me on this one, but I'm not the biggest fan of version 2 Snake Eyes.
It's
And
okay.
the reason is I don't like his legs.
Uh-huh.
I don't like the pouches around his ankles. I like
Understood.
the upper body's fire, like I love it, but the lower body is weird to me. So I was like, let's change it. So I made my own version.
Looks good. I like
And
the
So
arms.
Lilith has a question.
What?
When you say Remco, do you mean general patch figures?
I wish I could tell you what I meant. I do not know.
Remco is a company that made figures here for a while.
Commando trumps Ninja. 100%. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think what they. I'm pretty sure they're Remco. I'll have to look into that. It was a. So the karate guy that I used for the Kamakura torso.
Uh-huh.
It was his legs, his thighs.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that's a Remco figure.
That looks good though.
Do you guys remember the contest that Toy Fanatics did? Did you guys see that on Instagram at all?
I didn't do it.
He did he called out customs and make a custom version of him. So I was like, all right. I asked him what his favorite colors were, and he said red and yellow. And I was like, guess what? I love ninjas. So you're going to be a red and yellow ninja.
And definitely recognize those feet and lower legs for sure.
Well, sadly, I did not win that contest, but I thought that figure was absolutely hilarious.
It is.
Oh, yeah.
It's great.
That's a Duke head, Hillbilly.
I noticed that.
Yeah.
That's why I like it so much.
That's
This
really
guy,
cool.
yeah. This was a commission piece. I've got a guy that is wanting me to do a bunch of normal G.I. Joe, like working man G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
And this was the first one I did. So I gave him that blue jean, blue collar look, right? Got the scruff. Turned out really well. Sad part about this is I lost this one in the mail.
Oh.
No.
Yeah. Sent it off, and it was one of the first times I used UPS for something, and it disappeared. So someone's going to end up with it, maybe.
Yeah, that's sad.
Yeah.
And there's another one of those shockwaves.
That's really good.
That man, you can't go wrong with that shockwave torso. It's fire.
Yeah.
And of course, the low light legs are good too. They're just a pain in the butt to detail.
Yeah.
And I love the padded arms, like the Rock Viper or the Cobra Viper.
Mm-hmm.
I think those make great figure arms.
They do.
Yeah, it's very cool. Very, very cool.
Jason Statham.
The transporter.
Man, that one took a minute because I couldn't figure out how to do it. But I went on Lone Wolf Toys, jumped on there, and figured out that Bobby had a suit. So I was like, perfect.
Thank you, Zazel.
Thank you.
No, I love the suit. I would like to see more normal looking figures so you can like world build. And that's really cool.
And this is my take on Major Blood.
I like it.
I don't if you guys notice, I like to take aspects of their actual characters, like some arms, and put them together. That's not the best picture, but he's got the Crimson Twins boots, but I reversed them. They're black with the silver kneecap.
Uh-huh.
So, and then I was like, and that's Countdown's thighs and waist. And then, of course, Major Blood torso, and I had to give him a robot arm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I love those robot arms like that. They do a good job on them.
That's it's kind of is that like a point of contention with him? Does he have a robot arm? Is it just armor?
I always thought it was armor whenever I was a kid until I seen the classified figure in like a robot arm. So I was like, holy cow.
So it legit is a robot arm. Okay, cool.
I always thought robot arm. But
I did too, but we're not in their heads. So
right. It's in Casey's head canon, robot arm.
Yeah. Right on. That guy just thinks, cool mercenary guy.
Yeah.
That's Firefly. Firefly with Snake Eyes version 3 arms.
Nice.
Yeah, I did a red and black camo pattern and was like, I just got to detail it. Of course, that's a Marauder's head. They're great.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that camo pattern.
Oh, for sure.
I have an affinity for red and black.
Red and black looks really good together.
It does.
Like purple and gray.
Yeah.
There's just certain combinations that just pop.
Now this looks like Roadblock is actually Hobbs. So this was a Jason Statham Hobbs 2-pack I made.
That's cool.
I liked it.
Well, it made it easy to do a rock head because, there's actually rock roadblocks. So,
right.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And this was the Build-A-Figure Bash box that went around. Hillbilly, do you remember that one?
I remember it, but I never got the box, but I remember people doing it. That looked great.
Yeah, they basically, I think Cody might have started it. I don't remember who started it.
I think Cody started it.
Cody? Yeah, they sent a bunch of parts, and you had to make a figure and paint it with just the parts in the box. So that's what I came up with. And once again, I got the Taurus torso that I grind down the shoulder pads.
Yep.
Make it look like a regular. And, and I added a beard to Lightfoot. So I thought that one turned out real well. I gave him a dog after the fact. I just thought it's like almost like a Battlecore version of Mutt,
Yeah.
And that's my Vin Diesel to go with my Fast and Furious trifecta.
That's a cool figure. Looks good.
I like to experiment that if you can't see it unless you have that figure in hand, but that torso it's a cutoff. It's like a sleeveless hoodie, but it's got a textured pattern to it.
That's
from how I did the paint. So
yeah, I would say that looks really cool. How did you do the paint to do that?
So I call it splatter painting. That's what I call it. So I did a base coat of gray, and then I did a light mist of a blue, and then I took a big giant brush in my thumb and started splattering all over it. And then I wet sanded part of it down so it wouldn't look too, so it wasn't so textured. So it looked more like a and then I just clear coated it, and it turned out real well.
Looks great.
That's the second version of that guy. I made the first one of those when I first started customizing. I don't know why. He looks like an X-Man.
He looks like a wrestler.
Yeah. I thought it was Foot for a minute.
That is That was a commission piece. Guy messaged me and said, "Hey, can you make me one of these?" And he had a picture of the first one I made. I'm like, I can make you a better one because that first one was rough. And so yeah, just no name for him. Just the guy liked him, and I made him up. The camo on that it's me just making X's with a tiny brush.
Looks good.
I would like to say a complicated procedure, but it wasn't. And this is the debut of this fella. I showed him to you guys earlier. I haven't posted him anywhere. I am an 80s kid. I love Rambo.
Yeah.
And I have wanted a Rambo G.I. Joe probably since I was a kid. And when I saw that Lone Wolf Toys had a Rambo figure, I didn't like the legs on his. So I bought the torso and everything and used, I believe those are roadblock legs. Yeah, they are. They're roadblock legs. Roadblock version 2. And I was like, dude, this is First Blood part 2 right here.
Yeah. Looks good.
Man, Lone Wolf does some great stuff, man. He really does.
He does.
Well, thank you. It's a nice satin. Oh, everybody likes that one, huh?
Yeah.
You can't go wrong with Rambo. I'm working on attempting to do a full scale Rocky. Like I've got a kit bash I made with the General Hawk. They're not General Hawk, General Flag torso. It looks like Rocky 4.
Uh-huh.
But I want an actual boxing one. Oh, look at this guy.
That is probably the best Raptor I've ever seen.
For sure.
This guy turned out amazing. He actually now belongs to the Toy Man. I took that to him, Kentuckiana. He always bragged about how much he liked it, so it now belongs to him. So
yeah, that looks good.
That took some time.
Oh yeah,
yeah, that one was a tough one. I did a Raptor for foot too, but his is a little bit brighter. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that one.
I think so. Yeah,
he's got the orange skin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's the same situation I've told you guys before. You take a figure that's got an immense amount of potential, and they dull it up. It's like here's a guy that looks like a bird. We're just going to make him brown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To me, when you have a guy like that with that head, I mean, to me that screams Native American. They should have gave us a Cobra, like a counterpoint to Spirit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yep.
I don't know if it's because I've been binge watching Vikings, but with the axe, I really feel like he could have been on, one of the Vikings.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it wouldn't have been much to change that raptor head into a wolf head or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm working on that one. I literally am. I got the base coat laid yesterday for Matrix.
Nice.
That's cool.
The problem is I've got so much going on customizing wise. Oh, look at that guy.
That's Hollywood.
Yeah, he is. So he doesn't look like that anymore, but that was the most recent picture.
Right.
This is what I did with this. Lone Wolf Toys did a custom make your own head thing. I'm real eloquent on that one. So of course I took advantage. I'm probably narcissistic in the fact I have like 5 of them.
Nice.
There's like 5 of me running around down here in my area. Oh, look at Ronnie wanted Captain Planet. Ooh, yeah, I'll do it. That one's a good one. I never thought about Captain Planet.
I think Ronnie just started something. Now I can see a bunch of Captain Planets floating around Instagram now.
That's gonna be a tough one to get though.
Yeah.
That's gonna be interesting. I like doing that though. The tougher the better. The chest on this is custom cast by Adamant. The head is Lone Wolf, the arms are Lone Wolf, and the legs are actually custom cast by is it Restoration Procrastination on Instagram? He does casting as well. I have a sweet Deadpool from him. But I wanted a figure that I didn't paint per se, if that makes any sense. Like I wanted to look like it came straight out of the box.
Right.
And that's what I came up with. The new version has abs because, I wanted to match myself actually.
I was going to say, I don't even have that.
Yeah. But he's got abs, and I'm like I told you guys earlier, I'm obsessed with ninjas and 80s. So I also gave myself a sweet ninja sword. So if you want to, in case you want to cut to me, I'll show you the new version. If you can or not. There's the new one. Look at them abs. Been doing crunches.
That's wild.
That crunch. Look at that sword, man. Isn't that wicked?
That's killer.
Yeah. So that's
Hey Ronnie, I think that's Hillbilly's dog.
That is my dog. Sorry about that.
oh man. Get it together, Hillbilly. Get it together.
It's not a podcast from the pet stream without dogs barking. I've got 4.
Now she's in here apologizing. No.
But yeah, that's the story behind that one. I basically have been just updating it to where I'm perfectly happy, and now I am. So, Hillbilly, that's almost your figure.
I know it. That looks great. I love that blue.
Yeah. So I took the same base and legs. I told you guys I like that padded forearm, so I added the Alley Viper, and then added the shield. I love shields.
Yeah. That's a good shield too.
Well, Alley Viper's my absolute favorite Cobra.
Uh-huh.
So it doesn't matter what version. It could, version 1 through 96, whatever they have now. I just love Alley Vipers. I love the mask. I love the shield. If they'd have made this guy a ninja with a sword, he'd be perfect.
Yeah.
That blue is fantastic. Especially on the shield. Yeah.
So when I do shields, I didn't do it with that one, but I'm always tempted to make them battle damaged.
Yeah.
I feel like if you have a shield, it's going to be hurt.
Yeah.
Like if you don't have a hurt shield, you're not doing your job.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So.
That's so cool.
So this guy has been in my to make drawer for literally 3 years. I've had all the parts primed and painted with the base silver for that long. And one day I'm like, I'm just going to finish this bad boy. So I whipped it up. I was like, you know what? Guess what goes great with silver? Red and black.
Yep.
And then I snagged, where did I snag that cape from? Oh, I had a Dr. Mindbender that somebody had made a cape for. And I just stole it.
Yeah.
But that guy is no longer with me either. Somebody wanted it more than he did. Chucky Deeds 88, I believe, is who he's a Cobra Commander fanatic. So I think he ended up with that one. Actually, I know he ended up with that one. You can't go wrong with that cesspool torso when you're doing Cobras.
No.
Why they didn't do a Cobra Commander with that cesspool torso, I don't know.
I've seen a lot of people using that here lately too.
Well, I mean, it's blatant advertisement.
Yeah.
Yeah. On your chest.
For sure. Well, there is a lot of great figures on that video.
Yes, it
I'm
was.
glad you sent that.
Yeah, I'm glad I could do
amazing.
that.
Yeah.
And I'm definitely got some ideas I'm working on that I may hit you up for because I can't make them.
I even have an idea. I like monsters. So, what would your thoughts be on a Hellboy O-ring figure?
Oh, 100%. I've thought about it myself. There is, of course, I don't. You guys probably don't customize it much, but have you ever heard of AVAX Lab?
I think so.
So I don't know where he's out of or what he's not on. He's on Instagram, but he's never on the page. But he does a lot of 4-inch stuff.
Uh-huh.
And I take a lot of that stuff. I think Tanner's Customs uses him because a lot of his Mortal Kombat stuff looks like it came from Max, but he's got Hellboy's arm and head.
Really?
So it would not take much for me to whip up a Hellboy.
I might have to check in on that, or have you check in on that, because your skills are a lot better than mine.
No. I'm just a clown with a paintbrush, man.
Well, I'm just a hillbilly with a paintbrush and a dog.
Let's see. Got a question here. Would you base figure off real person?
Absolutely. I love doing that.
Yeah, he's already.
Yeah, I made myself. I made Jason Statham, Hobbs, Vin Diesel.
Hillbilly.
Oh, Hillbilly.
He was scraping bottom barrel whenever we did Hillbilly, though.
Yours ended up being tougher than I wanted. I ended up buying glasses. I tried to buy glasses, man, but I was like, I can't do that.
You didn't have to. I appreciate it. I've been showing him off at the school that I work at. Be like, I take a pocket figure to work with me every day.
Oh, right on.
A working buddy. And some of the teachers would be like, hey, you want to see something cool? They're like, what? And I hand it to them. They're like, that is you. I was like, yes, it is. How many people here have their own action figure of themselves? But,
like at work or right here where we're at? Because I can raise my hand on that one.
Well, at work.
Casey, you need one. You need to get yourself your own figure.
Yeah. I got to find somebody who can make a beard like this.
I've been known to sculpt a few.
I would definitely be interested.
All right.
We got Larry said he needs a 73 Lair Bear fig to fight Hillbilly Fig.
That would be epic. You know, we could use that whole AI Pixverse or whatever that everyone's using now.
Yeah. I absolutely love how you're doing that with your pictures.
Yeah, very cool.
Man, that's just that. It's called Pixverse AI is all it is, and you literally hit a button and then pick a picture and it does it for you. It's, of course, I mean, you guys, did you see the Alley Viper one?
Mm-hmm.
Turned him into a robot. I mean, so it's not perfect, but it's pretty cool to watch.
Zazel's got a point about the figures at work. He doesn't even want to be there. He's not going to take a figure there.
Don't want to put your figure through that same thing.
I'm by myself, like 6 hours a day by myself at work. Only person in the building. So it helps have somebody to talk to other than myself.
Well, we're an hour and 40 minutes. Danny, you want to tell people where they can find you at and see some more of these sweet customs?
Yeah, absolutely. Right now, my current home is Instagram at Alpha One Creative. I do have a Facebook page, but it's been abandoned. I don't get on there much. But yeah, everything's on Instagram. Pictures, you can contact me on there. Everything's right there where you can see what I got.
And if you ever have questions about his stuff, quality, I absolutely love his stuff. I mean, I have a couple figures that he's done, and like I said, he's one of the best out there.
I appreciate that, Hillbilly. Thank you.
I mean, this guy right here, he will be leading the bats into the war battle, stomping holes in Duke's chest and walking them dry.
So you're saying,
like I said,
Duke?
Huh?
He doesn't like Duke, though.
I don't like Duke.
Right. So you want a custom Duke? Gotcha.
Yeah,
Got
have
some
a big
Duke
old
with
mud
hook
hole in his
face.
chest. But
Well, we will be back next week. Not sure what we're doing yet. We never know.
Yeah.
But this has been a really fun episode. And
It's been an absolute pleasure being on here, man. I appreciate it.
well, we appreciate you.
we will have
Thank
you
you.
back for sure. And I'd
Yeah.
still like to put together a big, of you customizers and just listen to you guys talk about it.
Yeah.
That would be fun for me.
Be like
And
1, 2, 3, go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was awesome. I'm in 100%.
All
I would
right.
just hit mute on myself and just watch. But everybody, thanks for watching. And if you not currently subscribed, we are almost to our 250 goal. Of course, if we get to 250, then 300 will be our goal. So
Yeah. And then 1 million.
thanks again for the fantastic airborne Sunbow. I love it.
Thank you, Foot, for
And
the Sergeant Slaughter, and thank you, Danny, for the A1C robot.
and Silverback Customs for my Cobra Technical. So many good people out there, and I'm just happy to know them.
Yep.
Thank you again for coming on, Danny.
No problem at all, man. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for
And
being here.
everybody have a great Saturday, except for you, Ronnie. You have a good Sunday. Oh, and Zazel and Lilith.
Yep.
Yes. All our Australian friends. It's Sunday, I believe, or almost Sunday.
They should just have a good day, right?
Yeah, have a good day.
Have a good
Take care, everybody.